Okay. Oh wow, that's a lot, actually. I'm surprised. Okay, so this is just gonna be me recording a bit of Stanley Parable. The Stanley, whatever. It's like almost 1 in the morning, and I don't know why I'm recording this, but I felt like doing it. Woo. Okay, so let's start. This will either play the opening or not, and we'll see from there. It is not going to play the opening. Or
Are you on the phone?
no, that's Justin. He's the roommate, sweet mate kind of thing. Putting his finger through the door. Weirdo.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh, good. Now it does show the. Oh, shut up.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh. Okay, so this is the Stanley Parable. Basically, from what I can say, I liked it. I played it like 2 days ago. I think I had fun. Stanley doesn't talk. I don't think he can jump. That's our computer desk. But yeah, the narrator's funny. I really like the narrator. So let's just get this on. And door's locked.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, there's a mug. Did I just say who farted? Who farted? What kind of fucking mug is that? God damn it. Hello, hello. Oh. I just shut down someone's porn. That was a porn torrent. I shut it down. Hello? Hello? Glass, can you hear me? I probably picked up the toilet flushing though. Can I search some files? Files? No files. I am depressed. Oh, hot damn, look at that picture. I am engrossed in the picture. Go away. You're weirding me out. I'm gonna start ignoring you. Okay, well that can't do anything, so just move on.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I didn't do that when I first played. That's a new thing for me. Username access. Ooh! Oh. Wait. F. Did I just say FU? There, is it? Is that a C on the side? Does this guy's mug just say fuck on it? Mine just says FU. Mean. Me, my... Aw, be my Valentine. Aww. I will, mug. I love you too. Man, that's a really old phone. Oh, okay. Well, killed that computer too. I'm just being really nice and shutting everything down. I don't know, there's a lot of shit that you can find in this game apparently, and like there's achievements which I didn't know about, which reminds me of when I first played Journey with Jensen. And that's like, we had no fucking idea there were trophies until the way end, and we were like, whoa, the fuck is this? Full 20, oh no. No, stop it. That's a fern. I mean, I guess you could smoke ferns. Weren't ferns around with the dinosaurs? Maybe the dinosaurs smoked ferns. Someone spilt the L. I'm sure there's more, I just can't see it. I hate Mondays too. Maybe I don't hate them as much. Since I don't have class till like 1:30, but you know, Mondays. Open. Oh. Choice time!
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, now see, I want to go through the one on my left, because there's some funny shit in it, but I also want to go through the one on my right, because it's also funny. Basically, this entire game is really hilarious, and if you have Steam, and you're willing to part with, like, I think it's $12, you should get it. Like, you're not wasting your money on it. Kind of like Pokemon. Only Pokemon's like 30. I'll take left for now. Because left gets really entertaining. Because it just does. Yeah, doors just shut randomly, so.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Do not alter without consenting whiteboard manager. Rip France. That must mean someone died. Meeting room, floor 4XX. I guess numbers, I don't fucking know. Group Cabal planning. This book is too small. This book is too small. Eat bird. Re-review of weekly review. Office party. What to do about 432. Cranking floor 5 meeting. Weekly review. Mergers. Financial panic meeting. Termination Tuesdays. We're broke Wednesdays. IT department. Weekly targets administrating. Marketing Mondays. 451's private time. Legal? Boss's inspection. Ideas and development. What to do about 432. Don't tell 432 about me meeting. Or about the meeting. Group 4-0, Group 4-1, Group 4-2, Group 3-4, Group 4-4, 1, 2, 3, Group 450, numbers, blah. 8 bird. Group Cabal planning. Termination Tuesdays. It would be funny if it was actually on a Wednesday. I mean, it would have been funny, weird, not funny, haha. Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Right next day agenda. Reflect. Employee 417, 405, 416, 493, 431, 491, and Jim. Congrats, Jim. Targets. Push for funding for R&D of new coffee machine. Standardized graphs 4010 wide, not cost efficient. Ongoing. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Synergize papers. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on topic. God damn it. The future was yesterday. Tomorrow is now. Oh, wait a second. What are these? Mugs! No, those are just... Oh, no, they're mugs. That just says I hate Mondays. I still hate Mondays. What are your dreams for your future? Talk radio, mitosis, a boat, charts, plant life, football, transcend, up. Tips for not getting fired, talk less, do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day, with no expectation. Okay, how to solve a dispute with a co-leopard. Resent co-workers, let it ball up inside you, take it out passive-aggressively on other co-workers. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a stick blue graph on the header. And throw some bevel on all the tasks. This one, sure. Oh, everyone is unique. You, most of all. Aww. Look at that. That's motivational. Tumblr should have that shit. Motivational. Number of slides on this slide. Charts.
Stanley
Charts and
just stood there
slides.
doing nothing at all.
Hey, I'm looking at the
I
slide.
have nothing better to do with my time than to sit around and describe every fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything. This is why Stanley and I are on such good terms.
For now, more or less. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. Please, no more charts. Please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. No more. Oh, you can probably hear some music in the background. Smooth jazz. Bi-quarterly post-review. We need hopeless reviews. 402 plus 405. Want to get rid of death sport as portion in the primary review schedule. But I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers. More water cooler heaters. Charts need to be more hip to appeal to teenage demographic. 5 teenagers to put in teenage demographic. Being net, some sort of child trap, work harder. Hard worker. So teenagers, the size of the demographic, a lot of percent space between the teenagers. Throw something in the ideas bin! 1, no more bins / trash cans. Rename of the idea bin. Firing of me. Oh. I thought one of these was like... Is it this one? Yeah, okay. What do people want? Things. Happiness. Mike James, you are fired. Aw. Money. More money. Things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs. Graphs about money. About things plus money. We have our new product. Fair enough, actually. The stock market is somewhere in here. Colored in segment stripes. Requires more secondary research. What is hot? Target demographic teenagers. Profits. One of these is not like the other. I don't know the rest of that song. Let's go. Oh, shit. I got pushed. Yeah.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
You don't fucking know that.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yeah.
Standing around doing nothing?
Yep.
Why? Please offer me some
having
explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I'm having fun.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out.
You're just upset because I've been here before.
Literally, this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
You're gonna let me speak now?
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Do my friends find this concerning? I need to know this now.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
I don't get any of this.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
Oh my god.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby, the person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species.
God damn it.
Remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer.
God damn it.
They understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
God damn it. I didn't get any of this. Maybe it's because I closed the door. See, this is why I'm saying it's such a good game. People should just buy it and play it. 'Cause god damn it. I would really like someone to narrate my life like that. Because that's just really fucking funny to me. Stanley's addicted to drugs and hookers now. Drugs and hookers. I want to see if he'll say any more, because on mine, he literally said, "Yeah, no, I'm not saying anything anymore. You could just go away. Like, I'm not saying anything until you step out of this closet." He also said that, though, in the like the off room, whatever it's called, the lounge, that's on the right path. And you know, after I finish dicking around in this game, I might do a second part where I just get the really fucking bad ending. Because I mean, there's an actual ending, and then there's like a bunch of like tiny endings. And I consider that like the really fucking bad ending. Like, I mean, yeah, I mean, you'll see at the end, and I guess I'll explain it along the way. So I guess we'll go.
Second player. It's good to
God damn it!
I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Okay, I'm going back in there.
You too. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Fuck. Okay, there's a very highly likely chance that the next time I come by here, that broom closet is going to be boarded off, because that's what it was in my game. He got so annoyed with me. It's
Coming
great.
to the staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Now see, I can go down and through that door, and that's an ending, because the door locks and you can't get out, and then Stanley kind of goes insane. Spoiler alert. But I'm going to go up to my boss's office and continue the actual game. I mean, the whole thing is the game, so I don't get why I said actual game. Fuck. I just wanna go pee. Maybe poo poo. I don't know why I said poo poo. Poo poo. Oh, oh! I wonder if he'll say anything to me just walking up and down these stairs. Oh, that's probably causing a bunch of people to get sick, so we're just gonna walk up the stairs backwards. Jolly old ass first. Might as well go. Hello, hello, hello. I like how everyone has really old computers here. Like, you think a big office building would have Macs. But now everyone has the computers that I had when I was growing up. That's another firm.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
One up. One, two, three, four.
Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it would be another story entirely. But no, this is what he was going to do instead. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Two, 8, 4, 5. Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked on, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
I'm fascinated by this keypad. This keypad knows the secrets to Mordor. 2, 5, 4, 8. 2, 8, 5, 1. 2, 5, 5, some. God, I wonder. God damn it, I love this game. Globe, thing, other thing. Smaller, is that? I can't tell if those action figures or just pieces of cutout paper. Probably both. Oh look, it's the suit! It's the Stanley Parable thing. Hot damn. There we are up there. I mean, we can't jump to see it. Apparently the disabled it. I just flick everything. Okay, let's get the hell along with the story. Shit. Down we go. Gonna hit the shits for you, because those things... Seriously, why are the cans so fucking no sense? I mean... Don't get me wrong, it's tea.
Deeper into the
Oh.
building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Because Stanley is a robot. Not really.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
If light is on, call exit 914 immediately. Escape? Shit, I never took this before.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his still on board with death.
God damn it. I kind of want to just see what happens. The very problem is if we take this, I have a strong feeling that the game will kill me. I'm very fucking apprehensive about it.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Don't worry, voice. I just want to see what's at the end of this hall.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
You make it seem like a bad thing. Oh, Christ, that... I should probably try to take a poll, flip a coin, you know, whatever. I don't think I'm going to do that for the moment. I think we're going to get back on track. Continue with the game. Now, see. Because I could kill myself. Yeah, why not? Geronimo! I think I died. Did I die? But I think I might have died. I haven't done this before, so I'm kind of like nervous what's gonna happen. Oh, yeah, this is death. It's death. This is death.
And Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise. It reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Oh, fuck
Stanley
you too.
couldn't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
How about no, 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 no.
Farewell, Stanley,
Oh.
cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Okay.
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh. Or not. What?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
Oh.
Do you see now?
Oh.
Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Nature paintings. Stanley's computer. What am I in a museum? Oh, office layout. The blueprints show the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development. Through the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Stanley's office, you go. You keep going, and then the two... Okay. Corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor had been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors at a good time. This is weird. The two doors. The set of two doors open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an explanation and contradiction of this room posed. I guess this is Stanley's office. The office. Button sounds. Selection of sounds used throughout the game with buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of keyboard stroke and a synthetic tone. Filing cabinets. Office computers. The illegal porn. Game of cards and employee database. Of course, the credits. I am in a museum. The office. Maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room. Copier. Oh. The point of the Stanley Parable HD remix is to lose. Larger words! Am I going crazy? Maybe if it isn't the same image. Was that clock there before? I don't remember. How do I go back? Can you check for me? More endings, fewer endings. More narrators, fewer narrators. More Stanley, less Stanley. These are screenshots of the Stanley Parable HD remix. The point of Stanley Parable is to win. Okay. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on the battlefield fighting aliens. This action game would be sentient in and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which is not our intention. Okay. Okay, alien base. Oh, Greenlight. In September 2012, we submitted the Stanley Parable to Greenlight. The process of approving games for Steam. The Greenlight page had only a series of cryptic photos, which were still enough to win the community's approval, whatever. Fuck it. From Pixel. Oh, are you a rock? No. No, I am not a rock, sir. Narrator emails. Okay. That's probably more to read. The office. The lounge. Alright, the lounge we have to go to, because the lounge really fucking entertaining to me. The apartment timer. In a previous version, the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Now, picking up the phone will lead to a different ending. The apartment ending I can probably show also, since that's a really short one. The cargo lift, which is to the apartment ending. I think, yeah, this is all the apartment ending, which I guess I can show. Zending levers. These levers were originally a part of the zending. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color lever they had pulled. Zending model. The zending went through many iterations. This room represented the fourth version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon it and change it shortly before launch. I think the game is now paused. Begin the game. Escape menu. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this is what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Oh, so this is the correct ending. Zending. The screenshot objects depicts an early version of the ending known as the zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Looks a lot like Portal. Maybe that was the point. Monitor room elevator. Stanley I think I did. No, I came from a different place. Countdown desk. Oh, the countdown. Okay, there's that too. Freedom ending, that's the ending that I got at the way end. Decided to stop playing for the night. Like, there's a lot of endings that you can just randomly find. Boss's office. Like, you can literally go and just buy the game, and you'll probably find an ending that some people haven't found before. Employee lounge.
See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor
Narrator outtakes. Kevin Brighting, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over in the 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the final game.
being you. You'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you. Where were all of his co-workers? Oh, I don't know. How about they're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing? Does that sound plausible to you? Stanley pushed the orange lever.
I'm sure everyone's complaining that they wanted the mind control facility. Good. Is that more office? Yep, office clock. Ooh, very clock. Freedom ending. All right, I guess we just go. I don't really know. Is this its own sign all the way over here?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Huh. I'm questioning whether or not the game's going to restart itself, or am I going to have to do that? Because it kind of looks like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to have to do it. The game is not paused. Stanley, I know you died, but... fine. Begin the game again, resume game. Okay then, well, this is the Stanley Parable secret ending that I did not know about. So let's begin the game again. Oh. I kind of want to see if he closed it. Decisions. Okie doke, let's go.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
Now I know. But I'm not going to be more careful with time, apparently. I'm going to touch everything again. So was 432's only job to sharpen pencils? I feel bad for him. Yeah, everyone else has a computer except for that guy. Oh, poor 432. You're not allowed to download porn in the office, sir. I apologize. Oh, new mugs. I like work. I just hate my boss. Oh. I can't read what that other one says. I can't read and I have glasses. Welcome to the world. 422. Nothing. Oh. Shut down his mods. Ain't allowed to mod this game. Awaiting input. Input received. Hey, I did it. So I guess the screens change? Nope, they've received my input. That's good. access. That or I can get the line. I could do the line and just kill my game completely, because that's fun.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
See, I mean, there's so many fucking endings in this game that it's really hard for me to choose which endings I want to show. I mean, I could probably just have multiple videos of this. I just show like 2 endings here, do another 2 probably tomorrow, and so on, so on, so on. You get it?
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Just like these cold drinks. Oh, $1.25. Cheaper than college.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
I don't know, I don't think I'd want to sit in these chairs. I mean, maybe I would.
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Oh. But yeah, I don't think I'd want to sit in these chairs, just because of the sides. I mean, the sides just kind of
Stanley
look bony.
sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Okay, fine.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room, and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Okay, so that takes you to the apartment ending, which I could do. So I kind of want to do the apartment ending for another time, so...
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Okay, the maintenance ending is the one that has the whole kind of line, like the adventure line, which pretty much causes the game to spin itself on the head. And becomes this whole kind of warped reality thing. That or I could show the actual ending. Or like, the freedom ending that thing mentioned. That or I could just cause this place to nuke itself. So I mean, there's a lot of choices. There's a lot of different things I could choose in this game. I think we're gonna do, yeah, because I want to do I'll do the line, because the line in itself is really long. I just want to do these 2 and then I'll play. I might
Yet there
do,
was not a single person here either.
Yep.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Just gonna, yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Okay, he's not gonna talk anymore after that while you're inside. But the next time we're gonna come by, he's gonna board that entire room off because he's just angry
Coming
at
to
you.
a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed.
New Age music.
With some calming New Age music.
Can look this kid.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
God damn it. This game. Just get it. Just get it. If you have a computer, just buy this game. You don't even need to buy any other game. You just need to buy the Stanley Parable, and then this will just beam. It's a really fucking good game. Okay, now let's not choose the death ending. Let's just go.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Why did I notice this originally, though? It's like escape or escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the
Escape?
truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Escape.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for. Nope, still on board with death.
Okay, let's go. Mind control facility. You can go up there, and it turns out to be really funny.
The lights rose on an enormous room.
Yeah, it's all the way
packed
up
with
there.
television
That's
screens.
what did this?
What
the
horrible
line
secret did
right
this
there.
place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Well, I mean, I can't go back, can I? You can't actually die yet. I mean, you can't. I don't think you can anyway.
Now
Since you
the
can't
monitors
jump.
came to life, their
Oh.
true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own
fired.
life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay, so now we have another choice kind of thing, and another 2 different endings to the Stanley Parable. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking endings in this game. There's a lot, and I enjoy it.
And when
So
at
we
last
got-
he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Let's go on or off. On or off. On or off. On.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Seems
Control?
like a bad thing.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Oh, that can't be
In
good.
the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Truth be told, now.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. Oh. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, bye-bye. Okay, so that's the, I guess, on button control ending. I'm not sure how much time this has been, because that's like me goofing off, and then this. Oh, hello! That's new. The fuck happened?
Workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Wow, this is... No. I don't believe I... Oh! Wait a second. Maybe if I find the computer that says input and I activate it a bunch of times, I'll get something? I don't know. Oh, I guess that means we're playing more Stanley Parable.
As he came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Thinking about it, I may go right. No, we're gonna go. No, yeah. I actually do want to. We'll do the line ending.
Way to the meeting room.
Because line ending is really fucking entertaining to me.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Actually, no, we'll do freedom ending, but I want to go
wow.
left.
Yes, This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
This room.
Thank goodness
So
Stanley
doggy.
had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
You're telling me. This room looks really great. Except for the chairs. The chairs could be better. I mean, I would like better chairs.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
You're telling me. These look really great.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, we could take that and piss off the narrator more. I just want to see if he boarded up the, you know what, we're going to do
And so he
the one where
detoured
Stanley
through the
goes
maintenance
insane.
section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Yeah.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling
Yep.
a wave of
God
disbelief,
damn it, he
Stanley
did.
decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Up from the closet. I just want to go inside the broom closet. Don't understand. Just gotta go inside. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Now we're gonna go down. Because, well, up and off or down and insanity. These are things to consider. You know what we're doing down in insanity.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
Yep.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense.
I didn't.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
Like he
For
could talk?
example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't
I thought I
be
was going
real.
around in a
And
circle.
at last,
Really.
he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Oh god, no, these are being repeated.
This is all a
Ugh.
dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers
It really
were
fucking hurts,
actually
you know?
He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Cracking my toes in there
To
in
himself,
pain.
I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Oh, does
So,
this mean I
he
fly?
imagined himself
Yep,
flying
I fly
and
now.
began to gently float above the ground.
Whee!
Then he imagined
how do I-
himself soaring
Oh,
through
bye.
space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
I know, right?
How
It's
was
weird.
he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
Is the voice?
Why is there a voice in my
Yep.
head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
Damn it.
And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be?
I mean, I'd
Was
be okay
Stanley
with this
simply
voice talking.
deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just...
Oh god.
He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
We can have bad.
So he closed his eyes gently.
Oh, yep.
and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Psych.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay, that was the... I think these all have endings. Like, yeah, I mean, we saw there's the apartment ending, which I guess I could show. Oh, all the papers are gone. See, I don't know what that was.
Stanley knew the
really
office
weird.
layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
Damn it. Now the computer's asking for input here. Not that one. This one, maybe? No. Yes. Weird. And what is that? Input stuff. So odd. Maybe it's in the other room? Nah, I don't know what that was. That was weird. I mean, I'm sure someone's gonna be like, oh, it's this, and blah, and I'm gonna be like, thanks. Pretty nice of you.
When Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room.
I'll just do the, because the line I want to save for probably tomorrow, so I'm just gonna do the apartment ending. That will do good and crazy up.
A work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace? Its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something deeper. Something darker.
Oh. Such as, what, does Stanley murder people in here? Are the cold drinks... Oh.
Really, really worth it being here in the room.
Yeah.
To get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
There are a few endings in the apartment ending in that area, too. Line... Good ending... Kill myself again... Or... I'm just gonna kill myself.
Stanley was
Not
so bad
literally.
at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Haha. Very funny. Now see, you could follow your death. You could take that, and that's the apartment ending all the way up there. Can I follow my death on this? Probably could. Wait a second. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, 1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, 5,000. Warning, do not jump from cargo lift while in motion. Will cause death.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
You've tried to kill me a
realize
couple
that
of times.
investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay, so I think I'm going to stop recording, but this has been the Stanley Parable, probably part 1, maybe. Well, I mean, obviously it's going to be part 1.
Following Stanley, he was sure of it.
Oh.
If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Oh! I think he's talking about me. Fourth wall. Weird. Okay, whatever. I just want to see if that thing's back on the computers. Because if it is, then it is. If it isn't, then it ain't. Isn't, you know. Access. No, it's not. Okay, well. See, we're already so far into it, I might as well do another ending. So fuck it, you know, this is still Stanley Parable. This is gonna be really weird. Probably gonna take like 2 hours.
He entered the door on his left.
Fucking is probably 2 hours. Damn it. This is what you can do. You can play this game for 2 hours and really not
Perhaps
notice
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I'm probably just killing myself
Standing
again.
now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then
Hooray!
the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then
Aww.
it came back.
Hooray!
For a minute or two.
Okay.
Now it's only half there. Just a kind of, tingle.
Someone said tingle? It's like that really weird
But
tingle
eager to
thing.
get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I'm just killing myself, and then we'll end the recording.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Away!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do,
I love that
Stanley
ending.
leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay, that's the Stanley Parable. And